Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 15. There are two assignments due for this week. The final essay, which will be due Sunday, November 24th. And if you want to, you can do the optional discussion board, and that is due November 24th. So the final essay, if you hand it in late, it's -10 per day. The optional discussion board here, if you don't hand it in by November 24th, you won't be allowed. So if there is no late, you had it on time or you don't, because it is optional. And this, if you didn't do very well on one of the discussion boards, go ahead and do this. Now, there are no discussion board responses here. I just want the initial post, and I will count it as the responses as well. So if you got a 50 on one of the discussion boards and you get 100 on this, that'll help because that'll average them to 150. That would be what, 75? So you'll end up getting a 75 for the two. In other words, it can help your grade. What I want to concentrate right now on is the Pygmalion effect. So first of all, the reading selection for the Pygmalion effect is here. You'll only use this. So you're going to read this, and obviously, if you quote from paragraph 1, you'll put par 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I numbered all of the paragraphs. And then here's how to form this for your MLA. So you'll use this. And what is the prompt? Well, what about the writing? So the Pygmalion effect, let's go here. Oh, catch myself here. All right. So the Pygmalion in the classroom experiment suggests that a teacher's expectations of students have a great deal to do with his or her success, and I totally believe in this. So I want you to think of two coaches, teachers, instructors, or anybody who's been a mentor to you, and you're going to choose either two that were positive or two that were negative. And if, let's say, I chose to use my positive, I would choose two positives, and then I would tell you which one was more overall, had a most positive effect on me. This has to be argumentative. So positive, positive. One's going to be the pro, one will be the con. So when I say con, it's a positive person who affected my life. However, one of them, my pro, let me give you an example here. Let's say Mr. Zemi, my English teacher, and Mr. Zern, my math teacher, both positive. However, Mr. Zemi had more of a positive effect than me, so he would be my pro. And Mr. Zern, yes, he was positive, but he didn't have as much as effect as Mr. Zemi did for me. So two positives, but you have to choose one that is the most positive. Or if you choose to go negative, let's say you have uh, John and Chris. Both negative experiences with them. John really hurt me, or he was so negative, he would be my pro, and then the other person would be my con. But you have to do a positive, positive, or negative, negative. Do not mix negative and positive. Okay? And let's see. The requirements should be 4 to 6 pages long. You have to use 2 in-text citations from the article only. And remember, you're going to use PAR, P-A-R, period, because I numbered all of the paragraphs. And here's how you're going to format. You guys should know this already. So let me bring this up. So here are the different ways. So most people, again, are going to choose Model A. So again, you'll have Model A in the heading. Then thesis statement, which we'll call the intro paragraph, program, pro, counter, conclusion. Now you may only have 2 pros because this is a smaller essay. It's not the research paper. So that's okay, but make sure you label all of the sections properly. Or if you choose to do Model C, thesis statement, or which we call the introduction paragraph, counter, maybe only have 2, counter, argument, and then conclusion. And remember, if you're going to do the counter, I want you to use the 4, let me come here, label the 4 sections. Oh, okay, remember, excuse me guys, I have to go back. I went into the reader, so this could reach you. So introduce the opposing argument, you'll put that, and then what do I use mostly? Opposing views argue that. All right, so label those 4 sections. Let me get out of here. So you know what you're doing there. Again, put model A, B, C, or D, whatever model you use. All right, so make sure the thesis is in yellow and all the topic sentences are in yellow. Make sure it's double spaced. Make sure you use MLA. Again, choose your model. and you'll have intro, pro, counter, closing if you choose model A. And for the opposing paragraphs, make sure you follow the for labeling. And again, I like to always start with opposing views may argue. That way it's very clear that I'm going to oppose, and then you go through the 4 steps, and at the end you refute or spin it back to your side. All right, everybody. Now this is going to be due Sunday, November 24th, and then you'll have the whole week off for Thanksgiving. If you want to, we only have 1 week of school after we come back from it. So if you want to jump ahead and do that work as well, it's up to you. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, take care. Bye.